Hello, my name is John York, and today I'll tell you the story of a pivotal global crop, maize or corn. Its utility extends beyond simply being popped and consumed on the cob. Maize can be processed into flour and syrup, used as animal feed, converted into ethanol, and even employed in bioplastic production. In the span from 2016 to 2017, approximately 1 billion tons of maize were cultivated worldwide, accounting for over 6% of human dietary calories. Such a versatile crop deserved a special broadcast. Welcome to Food History Pills. Maize's origin is widely believed to be in the Tehucan Valley of Mexico. However, recent research in the early 21st century has adjusted this perspective. Scholars now propose that the center of domestication was the adjacent Bolsez River Valley of south-central Mexico. In 2002, a study unveiled that instead of the prevailing notion of multiple independent domestications, all maize emanated from a singular domestication event around 9,000 years ago in southern Mexico. The introduction of corn cultivation to South America occurred in two significant waves stemming from Mexico. The initial wave, over 6,000 years ago, disseminated through the Andes, with traces of cultivation discovered in Peru dating back around 6,700 years. The second wave, around 2,000 years ago, extended through the lowlands of South America. Corn has been of crucial importance for all Mesoamerican civilizations, like Olmec, Maya, Incas, and Aztecs. All these mysterious civilizations considered corn to be a gift from and to the deities. By at least 1000 BCE, the Olmec civilization of Mesoamerica had intertwined their calendar, language, myths, and worldwide view with maize at its symbolic nucleus. In the Mayan tradition, the third god in order of importance after the god of heaven and the god of rain was Yamcax, god of corn. He was portrayed as a young man with large protruding eyes and ears, his head adorned with a corn cob. Rituals and offerings to the god of corn were of paramount importance and took place at regular intervals. The Mayan myth of creation also tells of how early humans were modeled from cornmeal. Approximately 4,500 years ago, the dissemination of maize towards northern regions commenced. The initial cultivation of maize within what is now the United States occurred roughly 4,100 years ago across various sites in New Mexico and Arizona. Throughout the first millennium AD, maize farming progressively expanded across the northern territories. Particularly noteworthy was the substantial adoption of maize agriculture and consumption in eastern North America around AD 900. Native Americans undertook the significant task of clearing extensive forest and grassland expanses to accommodate this novel crop. Following European arrival in 1492, Spanish settlers integrated maize into their diets. These settlers introduced maize to Europe, but they favored wheat bread over maize, cassava, or potatoes. Maize flour couldn't replace wheat for communion bread due to Christian doctrine holding that only wheat could undergo transubstantiation into the body of Christ. While some Spaniards feared that consuming indigenous foods lacking sufficient nutrition would weaken them and make them akin to the native populations, they still incorporated maize into their diets. Archaeological evidence from Florida sites indicates maize cultivation there as well. Maize's global spread was facilitated by its adaptability to varied climates. It was cultivated in Spain just a few decades after Columbus's voyages and subsequently expanded to Italy, West Africa, and beyond. Notably, widespread cultivation likely began in southern Spain around 1525 and then swiftly spread throughout the Spanish Empire, including its territories in Italy and beyond. Maize boasted numerous advantages over wheat and barley. It provided 2.5 times more food energy per cultivated area, allowed successive annual harvests from the same plot of land, and thrived across diverse altitudes and climates, from dry to humid regions. By the 17th century, maize had become a staple for the peasant populations of southwestern Europe, spanning Portugal, Spain, southern France, and Italy. By the 18th century, it had evolved into a primary sustenance for the southern French and Italian peasantry, notably in the form of polenta in Italy. Up until the 1800s, corn primarily constituted the diet of the less fortunate, serving as an inexpensive and abundant crop. It was eaten by farmers and provided to inmates. Furthermore, it also held a position as a trade-able asset. In fact, maize functioned as both the tender exchanged by traders for slaves in Africa and the sustenance upon which slaves relied throughout their journey to the Americas. The advent of the Industrial Revolution introduced a transformative phase, introducing new technologies that facilitated the shift of this grain from the menus of the underprivileged to tables across entire nations. Today, maize is cultivated everywhere in the world, providing humans and animals alike with a sustainable source of food. The enduring success of corn domestication can be attributed to the mutually beneficial relationship established between us and this plant across millennia. By nurturing corn, we secured a dependable food supply, while corn thrived in environments rich in nutrients. Nevertheless, our swiftly changing climate is subtly disrupting this connection. Consequently, placing greater emphasis on biodiversity and identifying sources of adaptability becomes imperative, especially as our food production system grapples with unfavorable shifts in prominent climate features. There you have it, it's over. But don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to stay always updated with our content here on History Food Channel. And remember, eating is a privilege. Enjoy it. Bye.